Hello everyone, Cap here and welcome to Mechabellum. This game is a tactical auto-battler in which you command different sorts of mechs in a sort of rock, paper, scissors type combat. I made a few videos about this one in the past, like maybe over 200 or so, so a couple. Then I took a longer break and now it was finally released into the 1.0 version. Let me show you the basics first and then we go into a PvP match against another real player. At its core, this is a PvP game, either 1v1, 2v2 or 4-player free-for-all, but you can also play against AI if you want to. Anyways, let's get into it. So, to show you the basics real quick, I go into solo and practice, so I can play against AI. And there's no time limit, so I can explain everything in peace. Okay, this is how every match starts. You get a selection of 4 choices here. This is your starting HP at the top. It's different for each of these selections. This is Giant Specialist, which means giant units no longer consume supplies when being unlocked. This is a passive buff, basically, because it's the Giant Specialist special. This one is Cost Control Specialist and gives 100 additional supplies per round, but decreases the attack of all units by 11% and HP by 11%. Supply Specialist gives 50 additional supplies per round, and Rhino Specialist gets 1 rank 2 Rhino. Rhino is a unit, one type of mech, for free on round 4. And the last thing that is important here, and maybe even the most important, is the starting units. So this one starts with Arclight and Stormcaller, this one with Fang, Stormcaller, Mustang, Crawler, and Marksman, Sledgehammer. So here we just choose whatever we like to play. I like this pack, maybe Fang, Stormcallers, and get additional supplies every round. Sounds good to me. Supplies is what we use to buy units. And you usually get 200 in round 1, 400 round 2, and so on, as you can see here. I have 300 right now because 200 from the base income plus the 100 since I am Cost Control Specialist, so I have a little bit more available. The camera is movable like this. You can do it whatever you like. I like to put it straight and zoom out a bit so I can see better. This is my half of the battlefield, the lit up part here, where I can position my units. And this is the enemy's part, where the enemy will put his units. I cannot see where my enemies is putting his units right now. There is fog of war going on, basically. So I will have to do the best with the information that I have right now about positioning. I can freely position all of these units right now. And I will just put them like this, like this, like this. Stormcaller in front. So Stormcallers are like heavy rocket launchers. They have a long range and shoot rockets that kind of have some little AoE damage as well. And these Fangs here are small dudes with ranged attack, very squishy, but they are kind of good chaff since they can distract shots from enemy units and then protect my damage dealers, like for example my Stormcaller here. We can also unlock a new unit, so let's do that. You can unlock 1 unit per turn, and these tier 1 units, these are the first 4 here, Marksman, Fang, Crawler, and Arclight. These cost 0 to unlock, so they are free, and then the higher tier the units, the more they cost to unlock. This 50, starting here is 100. 200, yeah, and that's the rest. Okay, anyways, let's for now unlock, what do we need? I think I would just want more chaff, so more small distracting units, and let's build another type of these with the crawlers. They are melee and they are a lot faster than the fangs. And yeah, let's see how this engagement goes. Actually, before we do though, let me talk about the rest of the interface here. So end deployment would start the battle here now. Top left is my health, that's my opponent's health. We can hover over this to see our specialist choice, and also in between rounds we will get offered cards for like temporary or permanent buffs for the match. And then we can also hover over here to see those. My opponent, by the way, is Fire Badger Specialist. That's what my opponent chose here to begin with. Gets 1 rank, 1 Fire Badger for free on round 2. Good to know. We have some active devices that we can use. Shield Generator puts down a bubble, like a shield, that will block 40,000 damage total and protect my units that are under that shield. Sentry Missile is a one-off missile that we can put somewhere, and then it once something runs into range, one enemy runs into range, a missile will fly towards it and explode in a radius and deal damage. Missile Interceptor can intercept missiles, for example, missiles of the Stormcaller unit here. But yeah, so much for this. I guess we just go and see how this battle goes. My opponent started with the Arclight here and these steel bolts and added some crawlers. And yeah, we are just watching right now. This is Auto Battler, so the active part is happening during the deployment phase, during the planning phase. And during this battle here, there's literally nothing you can do. It's just paying attention is what you can do and what you should do. Because you want to know after this round what went wrong if you lose. Like, where did things go wrong? Where could you improve? For example, left side lost now. I know left side I seem to be weaker against what the opponent has here. I'm decent on the right side, it seems, because I won there. So I might want to reinforce the left side so the enemies don't come through here. Also, what's happening right now, I'm killing the tower. When the tower is down, so there are 2 towers here. When one of the towers falls, all the units get a debuff. So I kill my opponent's tower and then all my opponent's units get a debuff, which makes them deal 90% reduced damage, so only 10% damage, and they take double damage, I think. So the tower debuff is very impactful, very powerful. If you can get the tower debuff on your opponent fast, and then all your opponent's units are debuffed, you can easily take down the rest of your opponent's units, kind of. The debuff is lasting for 9 seconds. Here, our force is to be paralyzed for 9 seconds, is what it says. Also, in between rounds, you can select reinforcement. So these are the cards that I was talking about earlier already. These are items that you can equip on units, all these 3 here. And this one is like a passive card. Increase melting point, that's one of the units. HP by 70%, movement speed by 5, but decrease range by 15. Yeah, or some active item like this. Let's get this laser sight, for example. Increases range. And this one we can equip on a unit. So all of these units now have this little slot here where we can equip an item. Let's equip it on this Stormcaller here. Boop. 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 And now it has longer range. Now it has 200 range, while the base Stormcaller here only has 180. Okay. Back to the towers though. So there are 2 different towers. Both, no matter which tower dies, they both cause the same paralyze effect, the debuff. However, you can do different things at these towers. So the left tower here is for temporary stuff. You can, for example, rapid supply, immediately gain 200 supplies and get 300 fewer supplies in the next round. So basically take a credit and then pay back more. Here you can recruit an extra unit per turn if you click that. Once per turn, so it's only for this 1 round. Whatever you click here is only for 1 round. So usually you can only recruit 2 units per turn. However, if you click this one, then you can recruit a 3rd unit once here. This one lets you recruit rank 2 units right away. Units can get upgraded, can get leveled. This one is level 1 right now and has XP, 285 out of 1.1k. So once it reaches 1.1k XP, and it gets XP by killing units, then I get the option to level it up. And leveling it will double the stats from level 1 to level 2. So that's quite useful. This one temp range, and this one is temporary speed increase. You can also fortify the tower, which gives the tower here a lot more HP and reduces the debuff timer by 2 seconds. So right now it's 9 seconds base, and if you level this, it's only lasting for 7 seconds. On the right tower, this is permanent stuff. Again, you can also fortify this one. But you can also buy sticky oil, which is an active ability that you can put down and create an oily area in the field. Let me just do that. I wouldn't do it right now usually, but like this. Now we click it and we can actively place it from here to here. And now oil is coming down in this area, which will slow down enemies. And if it gets hit by fire, it will actually catch fire, and then the entire ground here will be burning. Heat recovery lets me sell a unit per turn, 1 unit per turn. Mobile beacon lets me select a unit or place a mobile beacon like this, and then I can say whatever is in this starting area will now follow this path. So these crawlers and these stormcallers will move here and then here. So I can influence the pathing in this auto battler basically. What else? Then there is attack increase and HP increase. Like, these are permanent for all units. 12% attack increase or 15% HP increase. So much for that. Let's build a couple more units. Let's just get some arc lights against the crawlers. Arc lights are good against here medium anti-swarm bot. And these are swarm units basically. And this guy will take care of these. And then we should also win the left side, I think. And also let's put one here for these crawlers that are coming down here. Okay, so much for that. Let's see how this works here with the actives as well. But I think we almost got all the basics covered already. And here, look, they are so much slower now. A lot easier to deal with. Otherwise before they were super fast, these little crawlers, and now they are all slowed down and much easier to hit by my stormcallers with their rockets here. I'm getting kind of rolled here on the right side now because this clump is coming in and I don't have the best damage against this. Stormcallers are decent, but they also need to hit, and they need to have enough time so they can actually hit all of those. Anyways, let's continue. One last thing that I want to talk about before we go into a real match. Yeah, like this. So, for one, we get another choice here of stuff. Decrease cooldown of all battlefield powers by 1 round. Battlefield powers are what I have here, the actives on the left side. So, for example, my oil right now. I could use... right now it's only once every 3 turns, I think, or something. And if I use this, then it is once every 2 turns. Something like that. Improved Overlord, mass-produced Fortress, like passive buff cards, and this one also decrease upgrade cost of crawlers by 50. We can also skip, which gives us 50 extra credits. Let's do that real quick. Last thing that I wanted to show. Here, promote is leveling. I talked about that. This one is full XP now, 1.1k out of 1.1k, so I can level it. And leveling increases health and damage by 100%, so doubles it from level 1 to level 2. Oop. And it only costs 100, while a new unit of the same type here costs 200. So it's basically the same stats for 100. So leveling is very cost efficient. Last thing, units do also have tags, and tags are, so I leveled this unit and only this unit. So this Stormcaller on the left is still level 1. However, these tags here apply to all those units. So if I click one of these, it will apply to all Stormcallers that I have now and that I will have in the future, this entire match. So for example, what is this? Range enhancement. Increases range by 40. High explosive ammo, increased splash damage. Launcher overload, reduces range, but attack interval is also reduced by 50%, so they shoot a lot faster. Let's do that. And we click this, and now it also applies to these here. These have it as well. Now all Stormcallers are better. Let's just build some more, because why not? I'm not playing properly right now, I just want to show stuff off. And now we have 4 Stormcallers with this tech, and they shoot a lot of rockets. Let's see if that's going to help. Let's do another round here and see how this goes. And yeah, they are shooting a lot faster now. A lot of rockets coming out. Basically, when the first rockets land, they already start firing the next barrage. And here, these fire badgers are shooting fire, and they did hit the oil, so the oil caught fire just now, and that's why everything is burning here. And also my Stormcallers are insane now because they shoot so fast, and they deleted everything, and now we won the match, or not the match, but the round rather. Health damage. So the goal obviously is to reduce your opponent's health to 0, and your opponent takes health damage based on how many units are still alive. Or rather, the value of the units that are still alive. For example, one Arclight costs 100 and will deal 100 health damage when it is still alive. A full pack of these Stormcallers, so four Stormcallers here, when all 4 of these are alive, a full pack, then it will deal 200 damage. If just one of these is alive, then it's 50 damage. So it's 50 damage per singular Stormcaller unit here. Stuff like that. So basically, the more units you have alive at the end of the round, the more health damage you deal to your opponent. Okay, one more thing. This area here is called the flank. Round 1, in the very first round, you cannot use this. However, starting round 2, it opens up. So now we could place units here next to our opponent in these flanks very aggressively. My opponent can do the same, by the way. My flanks are here, and my opponent could put units here. For example, I don't know, we don't have anything cool right now. Oh, okay. We get a reinforcement here. Every now and then, I think once every 3 rounds or something, you get these reinforcements offered. These are units that you can place on the battlefield. So Melting Points, Mustang, Farseer, or Marksman. Let us put some Marksman. Now we have 4 Marksmen, level 2, and we put them somewhere on the battlefield. They help us with... they have a lot of range and high single target damage kind of. And they can also attack air units, by the way. There are air units as well, and some units only can attack ground or air. You gotta pay attention to that. Wait, let me put something in the flank though. Maybe one of these. And I'm honestly not sure if this will work. I don't think so, but we can try. I think this will not work, but maybe. So my crawlers here will attract these steel balls, and steel balls take forever to kill these crawlers. And my Stormcallers maybe can then shoot the steel balls and kill them before my crawlers are dead. Also, particular for the flank here, if you put units in the flank, first time you put them, they need to spawn in. I'm not sure how long it takes, like 5 seconds or something. Is it like a warp in? They warp in over 5 seconds and then they are fully materialized and they actually do something. You can see it here now. Let's just start. It's whatever. So look, they are spawning in right now. It takes a bit. And it's only for this round though. Starting next round, they will be here right away and will be able to attack and shoot right away. And so far it's kind of working, however, will it be long enough? I'm not sure. These steel balls are... oh, okay, they are going down. So this did work, and now it's open, and now these units are coming through and will take the tower here and get a tower debuff. But yeah, anyways, this will be it for the basic introduction here against a AI bot. And now we will go into a proper match 1v1. Let's go. I haven't played this in, yeah, a long time, so we will see how this goes. I might get wrecked because I'm not sure what I'm doing anymore, but we will figure it out. Let's go. Alright, let's get into my first solo match, my first 1v1 match online in like 6 months or something. Should be good. I played two 2v2s a couple of days ago. But that was that, so we will see how I will do in a 1v1 here. RTG, who are you? Alright, let's see how this goes. Okay, how do we start? What do we have here? Rhino Specialist. I personally don't like too much because Rhino is better if you play aggressive, and I'm not an aggressive player. Elite is kind of awkward. I think I go for the Farseer Specialist here. You get one rank 1 Farseer on round 3. And we start with Fangs and Sledgehammers. Against... ooh. Okay. We might have a different type of game here on our hands already. My opponent is Speed Specialist, so all units move faster, and he's starting with Crawlers and Steel Balls, which is kind of notorious for being a composition that is getting played aggressively. So we might see him be at the very front line here, trying to push in towards my towers as fast as possible. To kill the towers and then give me that debuff and then win the round based off of that. I don't even know how to position, honestly. I forget. Maybe put them in the middle. Be safe. They can help out left or right if he's deciding to only go for one side, which is kind of happening often in these scenarios. And also, let's add some crawlers. Crawlers are also a chaff unit, just like the Fangs. Just a lot of small units that can distract enemies for long enough and buy me some time. And yeah, that should be it for me for now. Can't do anything else. I unlocked one unit here, the Crawler. I built 2 units. I used all my credits. Yeah, I'm done here. Okay, then never mind. My opponent is playing Standard. Standard is considered when you position like near your towers, and aggro is considered when you place your units at the front line to push in as fast as possible. But my opponent is playing Standard here after all, even though he basically had kind of the perfect or one of the perfect starts for playing aggressively. But maybe he's also just not enjoying aggressive play, just like I am, and not enjoying that, so I usually play Standard. And it seems like I'm losing the first round here. I didn't have the best damage for these steel bolts and couldn't take them down fast enough. My opponent added some arc lights, which are good against crawlers and also fangs in a sense. Okay, round 2 we get reinforcements here. Let's see what we can pick. So right now, for example, my opponent does not have anything that can shoot air. So these are air units here, phoenixes. I could get phoenixes, which would help with damage against the steel balls. Marksman, also not terrible, and it's 3. This is only 1 pack, level 2 Phoenix. Would also just go Scorpion. Scorpion is also very good at taking down steel balls in particular. I think I kind of want the Phoenixes though. Go Phoenixes for now. And put them back here. And probably... so now we also have the Phoenixes unlocked. So we can build more if we want to, and I do want to. And honestly, my opponent has like 3 packs of crawlers. I think it's good enough to also add 1 or 2 arc lights, which are good at taking down these small groups. So arc lights have like this little AoE attack, like 7-meter splash range, and they one-shot crawlers, so they take down a pack of crawlers kind of quickly. And yeah, let's do it like this, I guess. Should be good enough. Okay, my opponent did go for the marksman. Oh, something I didn't mention so far. Whenever a selection comes up of cards or reinforcements here, my opponent sees the exact same 4 choices as me. So you can kind of anticipate maybe what your opponent will pick and then make your choice based on that. Phoenixes are doing work against the steel balls and the arclight. However, marksmen can't attack anti-air. They are snipers. They can take down my phoenixes, and they did so on the right side. Not on the left side yet. And I get the tower debuff. Okay, 1 more phoenix goes down, but my final phoenix takes down the marksman here. And now it is round 3, and on round 3 I'm getting my Farseer, because I'm Farseer specialist. So now I have an extra unit here, the Farseer, large support vehicle. Has kind of long range and is shooting missiles and has some like support techs that I don't really need right now, but it's alright. Subsidized Stormcaller. A couple of Stormcallers don't really hurt in standard, I feel like. Free haste module is also pretty good. Increases attack and movement speed. Don't really know what I would put it on though. Don't have the best unit for that. You know what? Go build some cheap Stormcallers. So these now cost 150 instead of 200. Because I got them cheaper now. Because I take subsidized Stormcaller. And let me put this guy here maybe. I can recruit 1 more. Let's do mass recruitment. Costs 50. And now we still have 150 left, so we can buy another Stormcaller. And build another one actually over here. So it's not too vulnerable against the crawlers, because they are closer to the arclight, which can take down the crawlers, and then the Stormcallers can shoot the other good targets here. Alright, let's see how this goes. My opponent took Wasp Swarm, whatever it's called again. I think it's Wasp Swarm. Like a temporary active here, only for this round. He's spawning in some wasps. My Fangs can take down the wasps here somewhat nicely. Fangs have air and ground targeting. And yeah, Stormcaller is doing work. Everything goes down pretty quickly. Yeah, this Stormcaller, for example, here. You can hover down here and look at the numbers down here. 1 second. I go back to it in a moment. Increase Sandworm movement speed. Sandworms would be half decent here, I guess, but not really. Nah, that's not. Extended range marksman is probably what my opponent will take, maybe, because he has, 5 marksmen already. I don't really have anything that's chonky that could use the portable shield. Could use some units with high HP. Iron Blast is inactive. It's okay, I skip for now. Let me level this. Also here, round damage. This one dealt 30,000 damage and has this gold badge here next to it, and that means it's the best damage dealer this last round. So it did deal the most damage out of all my units. Okay. Since my opponent might be going into like a range war with these marksmen, let's go range on my Stormcallers for now. So I also have a lot of range. These have 220 range now. And I would like to build some more fangs and late fangs, because late fangs, they are kind of slow and they walk in slowly, and that kind of helps against marksmen. Oftentimes, like by the end of the round, also let me increase my damage. By the end of the round, marksmen are still alive because they have a lot of range. Oh, okay, my opponent did go anti-missile marksman. Missile interceptor marksman Mustangs. They are intercepting my shots now from the Stormcallers, so he's countering me here. My Stormcallers will be a lot less useful now. And that's not ideal since I pressed range, so I also wasted some extra money there. Good choice here by my opponent. So we kind of need to deal with that. They're still doing alright, it seems. But not as good as last round, for sure. Definitely was a bit better round for my opponent here, I feel like. Oh, still doing well enough. My opponent might add even more Mustangs now. So I don't really want to lean into the Stormcallers more, because they just get countered. Smoke Bomb is a temporary active. Cooldown 3 seconds, or 3 rounds rather. Releases smoke in a straight line, decreasing the range of units within it. That's kind of good in a standard battle, range versus range. So I put it here, for example. These and these all run into here, and then they basically can't attack while they are in here. They probably have to walk out before they start shooting. And by then, I probably already killed a lot of them. Okay, what do we want? Do we actually now go for... War Factory could work. He doesn't really have the best damage. He has steel balls, but like anything that's a bit chunkier would be kind of useful, I think. You know what? I love Scorpions for some reason. I want to play Scorpions. Scorpions are a cool unit. I like it. Let's put them opposite of the steel balls, so they hopefully take down the steel balls kind of fast. Let's level this guy. Let's level... What do we level? Actually, let's level the sledges. They are kind of my tanks right now, the sledgehammers. Also, I did not put down barriers. I could have put down shield generators here somewhere. Because my opponent might also use smoke, exactly. So I should have put down barriers here to protect against this drop, against the against the smoke. But my opponent did the same, or did not buy barriers either. So we are both kind of in the same terrible spot here now with the smoke. Also, yeah, my opponent did take extended range marksman earlier. You can check it here while hovering over this symbol. Okay, speed up. We're still doing well, it seems. And yeah, a lot of units still alive, so my opponent does take quite a bit of damage here. And we get another free unit drop here. My opponent still doesn't really have anything to address chunky units, so yeah, anything here will be kind of decent, I think. Honestly, I think my chaff clear isn't that good. Let's get some Vulcans. Put them here behind the Scorpions, maybe. Also a little bit to the side, so it doesn't necessarily walk into the smoke right away. Wait. Put you here. Vulcans are very good against swarms, so they just burn down like a group of crawlers very, very quickly. And also Mustangs. Good against Mustangs as well. Let's get range on Scorpions and build some more Scorpions. Range and buy 2 more. 1 here as well. Yeah, we put one in the smoke, it's okay. Alright, we have 100 credits left. Let's get the extra health, I think, on my units. And see how it goes. We could also pressure, like go for the win here and take a credit right now. And maybe get some temporary buffs, but that's okay. Let's just see how this one goes. My opponent also went for Vulcan and range on the Vulcan. Also put down one barrier here that costs 100. Only is for this round. If I do kill it, it's only for this round. If I don't kill it, it will still be up the next round. And yeah, my Vulcans did take down the crawlers kind of fast, and now my Scorpions are shooting the good targets and are dealing a lot of damage. My opponent is kind of missing high damage against like chunky units, like the Vulcan or the Scorpion. So he is getting wrecked here. He's not able to take down my big units, and that's a big issue. A big issue. Which means he's losing here. GG, I have way too many units. That's so much damage. My opponent is dead. Okay. GG's. Yep, this was a 1v1, a classic 1v1 in this game. Kind of one-sided, this one. But it is what it is. And we won, and we get like a level up here. Which gives us a tech point. We can get into that one more time, real quick, before we leave here. Get some combat power. Combat power is now used for like season rewards. There's a season going on right now, and if you get more combat power, yeah, I can show you in a second, you get more seasonal rewards. MMR is basically your rating, how strong you are. The higher MMR you have, the better or the stronger of a player you are, and you will get matched based on MMR. So if you have very high MMR, you will only play against the best players in this game. I am not high MMR here right now. This is kind of an old account. And yeah, let me show you, season here again, that's what I meant. I have 7,103 combat power now, so I unlocked a couple of rewards. I already took these, and now I can take this one. 1,000 season points, huge. And with season points you can like buy skins for some units, or like emotes, an avatar frame, emoticons, stuff like that. And the tech points. These are actually very important. Here, unit modifications is where that is. Here you can see all units, and if you click on one, you get into this here, and not only do you get all kinds of stats about the unit here on the left side, but also, maybe more importantly, here are the tags for the unit, and every unit can equip 4 tags, with one exception, I think. And this is your loadout. You gotta decide before the battle, before a match, what you want. So I have these 4 set up for this unit here. I could also swap out like this and put in this, for example. That's kind of a big part of this game as well. And you adjust these based on your personal preferences pretty much. Also, obviously, some tags are overall, generally speaking, a bit stronger than others, maybe. But yeah, also it very much depends on your playstyle. For example, like some tags are a lot better when you are playing aggressively a lot. So at the front of the line to push into your opponent's tower. They are a lot better in that scenario compared to standard play, which I just did in the last match there, like deploying near your tower and going for the range wars. Stuff like that. But yeah, this is very important. And with a tag point, you can unlock new tags. Like on every unit, I think when you start out this game, you only have 4 tags unlocked. And then the additional ones that you might want and swap out, you need to unlock with tag points, and you get a tag point each time you level up your profile, your character. Yeah, here. These are still locked, for example. Let me unlock that. Oop. Spent 1 tag point to unlock. Yep. And I got it. And now I could use it, swap out this, put in this, for example. So yeah, that is how this goes. Let me know if you enjoy this game. I would like to do more videos on this. I wouldn't mind at all. It's a good game. I have, in case you didn't know, like half a year ago or something, I only made videos about this game. And I probably made like 200 videos or something overall, over I don't know how many months, or maybe even half a year, or maybe even a full year. I don't remember how long, but for a while actually. And it's a good game. It's a really good game. If you're into PvP auto battling with mechs, this is the one. Alright, anyways, GG's. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.